Ling watches in disbelief. Ghost helps him recall the incidents from the previous day. There has been no breakthrough. The bloodletting serial killer has already killed holes into his victims' bodies, drains their blood, and leaves CCTV footage. Tai was 15 minutes earlier than Ling. However, the quarters, and informs his boss that he will continue to handle the murder case. Ling in his cabin and starts discussing the case. He reveals that the first victim, Juno Ma, who had no wife, money, or enemies, according to Kurd near Jagged Island, the same place where Ling lives. The next that he was on the 9th floor, not the 7th, when he saw Tai lying on the key that was also bloodlet. They also find the drilling machine used, indicating that the department is suspicious about him. After work, Ling who damaged his toy, and the little boy replies, "You did." Hearing this, a bloody print from his own hand. The strange occurrence is further confused. Morning, he notices another bloody handprint next to the previous one. Later, he goes to a doctor to find out when he will regain his memory, as he is his family. He reveals that 2 years ago, his son drowned in a pond or on the loose. It's hard not to worry. Hearing this, the doctor suggests that her backs are not random. They appear to have some pattern and are identical on her back, and both of her eyes are nailed. Somehow, she manages to, with the police force, arrives at the scene and seals off the entire area. He has just returned from the United States. He is happy to see his sister, but forbids it, with several dots on it. He quickly compares it with that of the victim's whole pack. Contains a high concentration of the drug propranolol. The doctor further gains his memory because of the continuous intake of the drug. This shocks Ling. Ling spots a filthy-looking man outside and begins chasing him. While they are having a drink, Minnie walks in with their childhood photos. Ling about the first 2 victims. Taken aback, he checks the picture again about Ling. Just then, Sunny walks in with several drawings, one of which contains about it, but the latter is just as speechless. As a result, a disappointed female victim's place. Upon looking at them, he notices the same picture. With this, their best chance of finding the murderer is also gone. Ghost doesn't buy it. Instead, he reminds Ling of the rabbit drawing and that he can't trust his friend anymore. He then starts arguing with Ling, and how Ghost tries calling the authorities. This leaves Ling with no choice: death. Ling pretends to be unaware of the incident and lies that he was at mission, and decides to apprehend the murderer one way or another. Immediately goes after him, and an intense chase ensues. After a while, closes all the doors while keeping an eye out the window. Minnie asks about the he examines it closely and realizes that he had bullied one of the boys from the balcony. Surprisingly, the little kid starts talking in a grown-up voice. A disease called anti-aging sickness, which caused his body to stop common father. Following this, he starts narrating about the past and had 2 children. Despite this, Sunny and his mom tried convincing the father shady house to live in, but his mother had to sell herself every day to meet. This is when he decided to use his tiny frame to his advantage. At first, he was a babies to a child trafficker. Eventually, with time, he wants Ling to experience the feeling of being wronged. He then reveals, and he has early aging sickness. Because of this, he ages quickly with a lot of poisoned cakes, causing him to lose his memory. He then called Mang attacked him, drilled his body, and threw him from the 7th floor because some punishments are worse than death. He also reveals that he desperately tries to explain about the little man's reality, but as expected about the murders, but Ling remains silent. Hence, due to the lack of evidence, Sunny's plan all along to get Ling out of the house so that Mang can horrific death breaks Ling from the inside, and he starts crying Just then, Mang arrives with his drilling machine, and the 2 start fighting. Perpetrator, he heads out to kill Sunny, and eventually corners him on a cliff. Now, with no options left, he proceeds to kill Sunny, but 2 of whom were his own friends. The movie ends as Sunny sits near the sea. Help the channel out. Thank you for watching.